I hope everybody is healthy and well, and I look forward to being able to share words of Torah with you live in person, please God, in the near future. Chanukah is a very strange holiday. There's no mention, of course, of Chanukah in Tanakh, or perhaps we want to phrase it, the Tanakh. The rabbis decided not to put the story of Chanukah into Tanakh. Chanukah is not really mentioned in the Mishnah, not directly, indirectly references, but not about the holiday itself. It's actually very unclear why we even celebrate Chanukah. The Gemara asks the question, "My Chanukah? What's Chanukah?" And Rashi says, why do we celebrate it? For what miracle do we have? And the truth of the matter, if you look in different places, you'll see the emphasis on Chanukah changes. The Gemara in Shabbat, that does talk about the few pages, but not on the Mishnah, that talk about it, focus on the quote-unquote on the miracle of the oil. If you open up Al Nisim, there's absolutely no mention of the miracle of the oil, and the focus is on the war. The few defeated the many, etc. And if you look at the Rambam really begins by focusing on sovereignty, that the Jewish people regained their sovereignty for close to 200 years, and that's why we're celebrating the holiday of Chanukah. Of course, the most difficult part of Chanukah is why it's a holiday at all, especially beginning with the Rambam, and really, according to all the reasons, it makes no sense. The Gemara tells us that the origins of Chanukah is in Megillat Tanit, a scroll that listed all the special days that happened in the Second Temple period, great events of the Jewish people. You weren't allowed to fast or deliver eulogies on those days. And the Talmud says once the temple was destroyed, what's the purpose of celebrating events of the Second Temple if there's no Second Temple? So all the holidays in Megillat Tanit were abolished with the exception of Chanukah and Purim. What's unexplained is why they weren't abolished. There was no oil anymore to light the menorah. There was no victory in war. There was no Jewish sovereignty. So there's really no mitzvah no reason to celebrate the holiday of Chanukah anymore. It's very strange. And it would appear that our sages decided to incorporate Chanukah. And it's very interesting the language they use. When the Gemara tells the story of Chanukah, it says, L'shana acheret. In another year. In other words, which may indicate that it took a long time for Chanukah to be celebrated. Perhaps initially it was only a holiday in the temple, and then later on it became a holiday everywhere else in everybody's home once there was no temple. And the rabbis decided that Chanukah was the holiday of Jewish hope, of course. And that's why Chanukah it's a holiday of light. Light is always a symbol of hope. Light marking away darkness. Chanukah, of course, is the only holiday that's celebrated in the winter. Both in the winter from the solar point of view, in December, the coldest days and the shortest days of the year, and also from the lunar point of view. All our holidays are celebrated in the first half of the month, many on the 15th of the month, when the moon is growing. Only Chanukah is celebrated in the second half. It's a holiday of darkness. It's a holiday of the loss of the temple, the loss of our sovereignty. But yet the rabbis wanted the Jewish people, we wouldn't be here if we just said, okay, there's no Chanukah anymore, there's no temple. The rabbis insisted that the Jewish people look l'shana acheret, what can always be in the future. Light can knock away a lot of darkness. That in the cold of the winter, the spring is beginning. Underneath the soil, we're beginning. And one little candle can grow to 2 and to 3. It's malim b'kodesh. So Chanukah became the great holiday for the Jewish people to look forward to our great future. Thank God, at least I would say 2/3 of that future. We back now have a sovereign state, and unfortunately Israel has had to fight battles but have come out victorious. And we look forward to the day, hopefully soon, and when we will be able to spread the light of peace and the light of wisdom and brotherhood for everybody. And thank God this year has also been, despite the terrible difficulties of the year, from a peace point of view, Israel has made tremendous progress, and we hope that the light of Chanukah and the hope for the future will expand throughout the world, and we can be Malim B'Kodesh and grow and grow and grow despite what may surround us. And I want to wish everybody well, a meaningful Chanukah, a healthy Chanukah, and we look forward to celebrating together in the future. Thank you very much. Be well, everybody. Bye-bye.